typical afternoon coming onto the beach at Cable Beach. Well, it's not typical actually, it's pretty cloudy, but that could make a good sunset. That bit of cloud there could be interesting. So we're just going to cruise down. You've got to go through the rocks a little bit here at the moment. It's pretty typical as well actually. You usually got to go through the rocks a little bit here. Just going to cruise through here. So the camels might be loading up soon. We're going to have a bit of a cruise down the beach. Show you how many cars are down here. It's like Burke Street. And yeah, you can have a bit of a look around. So we'll just cruise down here at the moment. Nice and slow. A bit of salt water still left here. When the tide was up, when the tide's up, it's right up here. So nice and slow, so we don't splash too much on our vehicle. Don't care about the tyres too much, but salt water isn't your friend when it comes to any steel, whether it's a motor vehicle or a boat or trailer or whatever. So it's best to avoid it or washed off. Just camels loading up there. How many are there? Is that about 15 or something? So they get on the back of the ute to load them up, and you can see peak hour down along the beach here. The sand is actually still quite wet as well. Look at all the water coming off it still there. It's really wet. It's about 30 degrees out there apparently, according to the outside air temperature. Doesn't look like it, does it? More camels. It's the Sundowner Camel Tours. So you get a lot of people down here, hundreds of cars each afternoon. Keep a lookout for anyone we know. It's 10 past 4 in the afternoon, the time before the sun goes down yet. Time for a little drink or a snack. Trying to get past everyone up here a bit. There is speed limits and stuff. Some people stick to that, some people don't. It's pretty hard actually. What was the speed limit here? We just came on? 15, yeah. 15, some other beaches are 30, 35, 40, different places. So we're following these guys. I won't talk about what speed we're doing. We're going really slow. There's no pedestrian. Look, I'll get the 15 where you're going through, where the people are, but along here. But look, a police officer I know, he said that they can't enforce the speed limit because it's not a gazetted road or something, so I don't know how it works, but if you're in the fine print or whatever the rules are, yeah, so that's what he said. I doubt he'd tell me that if it was wrong, but could be wrong. Can't enforce the speed limit on the beach anyway, so like a relaxing afternoon up there. So we've got a few up on the right on the higher sand from when the tide was up. Still on the way out. I reckon low tide must be, let me think about this, I think low tide, it might be low tide around another hour or two yet, so it's on the way out. Would have looked much nicer had we sun, which we've had today, but just not at the moment. Maybe it's doing something special for us for a nice sunset, something different. You can even feel that sand there is a little bit soft and squirmy. Just the water, I reckon when the water comes right up to sort of right up here where we are now, it takes a while to drain out of the sand. If you look to the left, see that wet sand? It's like it's sort of coming out from underneath. Interesting anyway. Like all sand driving, very interesting, all very different. We've got one of the guys coming past that doesn't worry too much about the speed limit. Right, no rego, No safety gear, no kid on the back, no helmet. So there you go, you know, you just got to laugh. Whatever. Right, so we're going to cruise up, go past some of these others, maybe. Anyway, we'll go up past everyone else and have a bit of a look around. Okay, so we come a fair way down the beach. I reckon we're, I don't know, a K or two. The boys have been popping monos up and down the beach along here. Anyway, see down here, sort of, there's a few more cars. You go a long way down, but we've got a bit of area here to ourselves. And the interesting part was what I noticed, because I'm always observing the beach conditions. The sand was quite firm here. You can see the further you go this way, it's starting to get softer, and we felt it driving on it, and even soft underfoot. Quite interesting. I'm going to go back up a bit and just show you some of my footprints. You know, I'm not as heavy as a vehicle, right? So I'm going to go for a wander over here, because you'd look at this beach and go, yeah mate, she's safe to drive on, no problem, right? Looks like it. And I think it's firm down by the water. Just want to show you some of my footprints, how deep they are. Right, so I don't know how far it goes down, but we're about to find out. So every second one of my footprints, you can see that one didn't sink in, that one went, that's down nearly 2 inches, right? I've got the thongs or flip-flops, whatever you want to call them. I believe it's water underneath the sand still running down, but I could be wrong. Really sinking in. I'm glad I didn't drive down here, I'm telling you. Right, we're up there, backed up at the dunes, and I'm really sinking in. So if you want to get between the water line, I'm going to lose my thongs here in a minute, my flip-flops, whatever you want to call them, guys. Right, I'm going to pick them up, because I'm losing it here. Look, see how deep those footprints are? Look at that. So, you know, it's not just a bit of check out a drive down Cable Beach, it's a bit of a check out, you could be bogged down to your axles. And I saw this line across here where a couple of people have gone for it, trying to get off through this, and you can see they've really been giving it a fair hack. And this is hard work. I'm sinking past my ankles every step at the moment. Right, I'd say 3 inches plus. Let's have a look and see what we got here. It's really cut into it, hasn't it? And in the bottom, still a bit soft, but I think you obviously cut down to a certain depth, so it's going to depend what your clearance is like as to how much curry and whether you get out or not. This could have been, who knows, this could have been, I don't know if that, doesn't look like someone driving, because I can see the tyre prints, and I wouldn't imagine driving at this sort of speed with that amount of flick going on. You can see the sand flicking everywhere, right? That looks like a heap of fun, but I don't think it was the last vehicle that drove on it, or someone got towed out maybe. That's where you want to be, up the top there, believe it or not. So you need to, don't just think you come down on a Cable Beach and that's it. I'm going to keep walking to the water. There's your patch of sun. We're going to get a bit of sunset going on over here maybe. I was going to walk to the water just to see how much and where the sand firms up as another experience for us all. I mean, some people have been here, seen that, been there, done that, been to every beach and know everything. I don't. I know a bit, I've got a bit of experience, always learning more, and I reckon it helps if you can watch these videos and see this, because it might get you thinking now. Someone here, they haven't had too much trouble, so it looks much firmer here down by the water. So the lesson is, what I'm walking on now, once again, I'll take a few more steps and we'll look back. You can't even see a footprint, right? You can see a car print, but you can't even see a footprint. So back onto it's like concrete again. So you can drive up and down the water line here. You can drive the top of the beach, but I reckon if you're ready for action, depends what your tyres are on and your diff locks and your traction control and your lockers and your tyres and whatever. If you're ready for action, you might want to go for it, but at the end of the day, beware. See here, I can see where the car drove here, you can hardly even see a mark in it, right? Anyway, let's get some photos for you, eh? See what we can find. This camera doesn't really do good sunset shots, so just have a bit of a look around. You'll have to come to Broome, Cable Beach, and get your own sunset shot. Tide's going out. Just walking back up the beach, and I think I just worked out that all the sand spray's been spraying back that way, so that means bop, 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 they were heading downhill towards the water when all this action was happening. Someone else might have followed down the tracks afterwards and, you know, put those other tracks in there, because unless there was a trailer following, could have been a trailer following. Anyway, bit of fun. Alright, you got a bit of a reef here in close as well. Sailboat out there, not currently sailing. So here we go, a bit of a different sunset. So you got the cloud line pretty well all the way down to the water. And like I said, this phone doesn't actually do very good photos of the sunsets and that, or I don't know how to use it, so I just thought I'd do a video. We've got these guys parked here. There's a reef here as well. Not much else around. And yeah, sun's just going down. We'll try and get some photos after the reflection goes up on the clouds, eh? So the sun's gone down. We'll just see if anything really special happens and try and get a couple more photos. The reef with less sunset, and from here across a little bit of red on the clouds. Anyway, bada bing bada boom, not the best sunset at Broome Beach today, but we got to learn something about the sand, and that's a video. We might have another sunset video another day, some photos on one of our Facebook groups. So like usual, press the like button, subscribe, turn the bell on, stay tuned. Bada bing, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.